Yeah, I think we just got to do a better job of getting back in transition D. If you look at our numbers, I think we're fourth overall in the conference, just in league play. We're not talking non-league. Straight league numbers, I think we're third in offense, fourth in defense. So there's always things that you're going to be concerned about or things you're really trying to improve, right? And our area right now is transition D. These two teams can get up and down with the best of them. As Jamie said, one's averaging 90, one's averaging 88. So, I think the key to transition D is a great offense. You've got to, run good offense and not put yourself in bad situations, whether you're shooting it too quick or taking a bad shot, something you can't rebound, and the other team's getting out and running. We've got to limit some of that. We've got to guard the ball better. Certainly got to keep people in front of us. Our ball screen coverage has got to get better. And then finishing plays, right? Like when a shot goes up, we got to hit guys. And, those are the things we're trying to work on, yesterday for a little bit and today a little bit longer. But certainly when you play these types of teams, it's a challenge on your defense every possession.
Obviously PFW is scoring something like 84 points a game, and last year you guys were scoring something like 81, 82, and you guys are scoring 78, 79, 80 points a game this year. How are they different or similar from what you guys do offensively?
Yeah, that's a good question. Some similarities for sure. John does a great job of recruiting to his system. Very, very good coach. Typically it's 4 guard lineups. So it's 4 guys that can, pass the ball, shoot the ball, dribble the ball. So they put a lot of pressure on your defense because they can stretch you out, right? When you have 4 guys that can really shoot the ball, you're spaced out. We were similar in that regard. We were a little bigger, I would say, than their team last year. But he's got a real good mix, of old guys that have been in his program, and then, some portal guys, right? Jackson from UIC and Bello, and, the list goes on and on. So I think he's got a nice mix. The roster makeup is similar to ours last year. Our roster this year is predominantly all new players. He's got a good mix of both. Yeah, we really didn't do much yesterday, to be honest with you. So we got to see what it looks like today. Typically you've got about 2 days of practice, right, per week. When you're playing, as many games as we're playing this week, you played Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. Very long, grueling week as far as the number of minutes guys are going to play. So we have to be strategic in how we design our plan. But certainly transition D is a critical factor. I think not only at Fort Wayne and Wright State, but really every night. So it's something we work on. Today we're going to probably do a little bit more than usual.
You guys like to typically play a lot of zone. Earlier this season, you guys experimented a little bit with putting some man in and some earlier games this year. Do you feel like that's something that you can continue to fall back on, like changing things up, going back and forth?
Yeah, I think as the season progresses, you got to figure out, what's good for your team, what's your team's identity, what's your rotation. Sometimes you have to counter throughout a game. Sometimes you may be going into a game and have a plan and it doesn't work. So we've got to constantly be adjusting on the fly. We've been tinkering with some things the last 2 days that we'll see if we can do defensively. So I think you have to continue to try to move the needle.
Jerrod, this team is 8-1 at home. Just talk about the home advantage there and what's been successful for you guys.
Fans, it starts with, a big reason why this job is different than a lot of jobs around the country. Youngstown is a sports town. It's a town that if you win, they're going to really, really support you. Not only, physically coming to games, but financially. There's a huge commitment here on all fronts in all sports in athletics, and we're the city's only team. We're not fighting NBA teams, NFL teams. It's a special place because of that. Our crowds have gotten better and better, expecting monster crowds this week, starting tomorrow at 6:30 with the first place team that's coming to town. They're the only one in the league that where they're tied for first. But, they're a really, really good team. A team that won a league championship the year before. So if you like basketball, you like the round ball going in the basket, getting up and down, tomorrow is a great opportunity to see a high level, basketball game.
Last year you guys had a national TV spotlight game, which is looking ahead a little bit. But, Friday against Wright State obviously will be on ESPN too. What does it mean to this program to get those kind of opportunities to be on like national TV and stuff like that?
I think it's really neat for your players, first and foremost. There's kids that dream of college basketball their whole life, right? They play grade school, they play high school. Finally, when you get to the collegiate level, you're on ESPN Plus, but the main network, ESPN's a totally different ball game, right? Every TV in America is watching that game if they turn that on. So I think it's a great opportunity for the student athletes to play and display their skills for both teams, not only just us, but Wright State. I also think it's really important for the Horizon League to show our brand of basketball. Our league this year is ranked pretty high. I think we're 22 or 23 in the net overall as a conference. We're better than the MAC, which, in the Midwest is a very big-time league that has had great basketball. Our league currently sits ahead of their league. So it's really important for your conference to show these schools off. I think it's really important for our city, for Youngstown, to be on this stage, to show off the pride and what it means for our people to watch their hometown team. And there's a sense of pride, I think, that you see when we are on national TV amongst alums all over the world that tune in and watch that game and say, hey, that's my school. So you're playing for something a little bit bigger than just yourself and your family and your team. There's a lot that, a national TV game can showcase, and I think it's a really awesome thing that we got selected.
I know, Friday is a big rivalry with Ursa Mooney, and they can come right here and watch you guys. Just what's the message to come out, even after a high school game, and bring the kids and watch the city?
Yeah, I think kind of also what we just talked about, the pride in showing off Youngstown, right? You get selected for a national TV game. It's a huge honor, but the pride that we have in this community amongst our alums and our fan base, we need to do exactly what we did last year. According to the ESPN announcers, we created the best atmosphere of any game inside the Horizon League. Why would we not do that again, if not more? We should have people, everywhere. It's in their red and supporting their team and show off what a great city and a sports town and a basketball program that has done a really nice job for a long number of years that gets to show off their team.
Surrounding them with a bunch of new guys this year. Like during when you guys had those 2 losses last week, did you see either of them or maybe somebody else, one of the newcomer guys, kind of like adopt maybe like it's kind of like an inspiring role?
Yeah, with our group, Neil, we have so many kids that are new. I think that's part of still the feeling out process of who's going to take a little bit more ownership, who's going to be the voice. A lot of times I'll lead it, and we just have open dialogue, right? We're not happy with back-to-back losses. Nobody is. It's what makes conference play so brutal. It's long, it's grueling. It doesn't matter if it's the Horizon, the MAC, the Big Ten, the SEC, the Pac-12. Conference play is a different animal, right? And each year you have a winner. There's 32 leagues, and every league's a little bit different. Some years maybe 16-4 wins it, 15-5 won it last year. Does 14-6 win it? I don't know, but I think what makes it fun but also stressful for coaches is every game is really, really hard. And I think for the average fan and people in general, it's hard to understand that, right? In our league this year, there is so many good teams that every night it's a battle, right? We've seen that in every game we've played in conference. We've won 3, we've lost 2. The other 2 that we lost were battles, right? We had leads in those games. So you have to play a full, complete 40-minute game. And this group is doing it for the first time. I think as time goes on, They'll get better handling adverse situations. They'll understand there's no nights off in the Horizon League. I think they're still trying to figure that out. They know these two teams coming in are in really good position so far in the league, and they both have histories inside the Horizon League of winning championships and playing in the NCAA tournament. So I just try to educate our guys as we have a new group and just have open dialogue.